Welcome back to Living 757. The big game brings out very passionate football fans, yummy food, and also parties. And also, it's one of the biggest days for DUI arrests and accidents. According to the report, to the crash report, that Sunday of the big game is one of the top days for drink driving related crashes. So to talk about all this and the dangers of drinking and driving and how to protect yourself, let's welcome Nick Woodhouse from Huffman Huffman, brothers-in-law. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me today.
So excited. The big game is here this week and a lot of things are going on. But what are some of the consequences that someone can be to protect during this weekend of the big game?
Absolutely. And there are a lot of consequences, especially you're thinking about a lot of people going out having parties for the big game and whatnot and partaking in adult beverages and having a good time. And we see from statistics that the increase in drunk driving accidents has gone up 20% just on that day alone. So there's huge consequences, not just criminal, because this is a criminal charge. You could potentially face jail time, but then you also have to deal with injuring people, being negligent, increase in your insurance rates. Everything becomes more expensive. You'll have to hire an attorney to defend you in the DUI. All of that gets extremely expensive, and I've seen statistics where they say that the average DUI arrest may run a defendant up to $10,000 or more. So apart from just being monetary, criminal, you're also dealing with life and limb and injuring someone, which is even more serious.
And you say something very important. Most of the people's gonna be traveling with friends, going to visit some family relatives, and how can they, like people that's gonna be moving around this weekend, how they can protect themselves while they're on the road?
Absolutely. Think ahead. Use common sense. If you're going to be drinking, elect a designated driver. If you can't do that, then you can use your favorite ride share. They're easily available. You can have an app on your phone and have that set up ahead of time. And if you are going to be driving, simply just don't drink.
Very important, don't drink. That's gonna be the easy one. Or just call someone, right? So now, if you're driving, right, and you see that someone next to you, it looks a little bit tipsy or is not so good, what we will do in an occasion like that? Do we call? Do we report it?
You certainly can. I don't encourage any sort of vigilante effort. You don't need to follow this person. Practice your normal defensive driving. Stay back. Call the police, say exactly what you've seen. Specifically, if you can get a license plate or anything like a description of the driver or vehicle, certainly give that to your law enforcement personnel, and just stay back.
Just stay.
Absolutely.
And if we have the misfortune that, okay, someone hit us and it was a person that was under the influence of alcohol, what do we do?
Well, if you're hurt and you're injured, call the police before you move the vehicles. Sometimes you may be in a situation where you have to move the vehicles because of traffic and the traffic regulation and signage in the area, but call the police first and foremost. You don't necessarily need to engage in this other person, especially if you suspect that they have been drinking or intoxicated. You never know how they may react. But call the police, allow them to come to the scene, do their investigation, and tell them exactly what you may think and may have evidence of any sort of drinking or other intoxication. Be specific. If they came to your window and you smell an odor of alcohol or they're slurring their words, things like that, tell that to the officer so that they can investigate and then do their own sort of sobriety examination.
Yeah, very important. And if for some reason that person is just a hit and run and we don't catch the license plate or something, how we manage that situation?
Well, again, I would still encourage you to call the police.
Stay there and
you
call
never
the police.
know what's going to happen. We've got accidents where they're hit and runs, but by chance the license plate fell off and that's behind on the scene, on the ground. And the officer is able to find out exactly who that person was that caused the accident. So I would call the police and go from there. And whatever you can record about the car, license plate description, if it's safe and easy to take that down or a photo, if you're able to do that, I would encourage that as well.
That's a very good idea, like try to take a photo, a video, but not follow them. Just stay in the scene. Don't go anywhere, right?
Absolutely.
Because one time I thought about it. I was like, someone hit me and ran. And I was like, I'm going to follow. And said, no, Patricia, stay there. Call the police. But I thought about it for a minute.
And especially once you get hit, you have the adrenaline going.
Yes.
it's coursing and you want to go and follow that person,
Yes.
just hold back. Call
Once
the
that I
police,
checked that I
let
was
them do their
okay, I was
job.
like, should I follow? But no, I have to do the right thing. So, Nick, where can people find you? How they can contact you?
You can go online, huffmanhuffman.com, contact us there, and also 422-HELP.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way, and we're happy to speak with you.
Perfect. Also call the professionals and be careful this weekend. Now, before we go into Ashley, who do you want to win this big game?
That's
this
a
coming-
tough one, asking
That's
an
a tough
attorney to
one.
take sides, but we
know.
got to be pulling for the Chiefs this time.
Okay, he's going
So,
for the Chiefs.
made a decision.
I think I'm going Eagles. How about you, Ashley?